Hi, and welcome to the Banker's View from Sibos here in Toronto. With me, I have Paula de Silva, who is Head of Transaction Services at SEB. Paula, thanks so much for joining us today.
Pleasure.
We had an interview around this time last year in Geneva, and I was wondering what you thought on the first day of Sibos, what you think the main themes are.
Well, I think the main themes this year is going to be about adoption of the new technology. I think that's what people are going to be talking about. Is it fake news, so to speak, or is it going to be for real?
And then last year in Geneva, we talked a lot about blockchain, which is obviously still hyped up. And you talked about some innovations that were happening specifically in the Nordic region. Can you tell me a bit more about how that's progressed over the past 12 months?
Absolutely. I think we have done quite a lot of things that we were hoping for. One is real-time payments across the globe, especially from Sweden to the US for SEB. We are putting those in production together with Ripple, and we have connected that to our real platform in the legacy world, so to speak. So the blockchain working with the bank legacy systems. And then we are exploring the Voltron project, which is a trade finance-based project together with R3. Where it's finally coming to fruition in terms of what it is. It's 15 fields, we agree to those between us in a closed blockchain together with partners, and it's now being explored with a pilot customer.
Okay.
I'm really helpful.
And when do you think that will come to fruition? Like, how long will the pilot go on for?
During next year. I really hope it's in the beginning of the year, let's see. But I really hope that it will be something good, because trade is an area that needs to be enhanced in terms of processes.
Okay. And blockchain, like I said, lots of hype. What do you think are the main challenges to further adoption?
Blockchain, as any other technology, doesn't really solve everything. There needs to be a lot of legality around it and the agreements between the parties, and that's what takes time. So the technology is really being explored right now, and I think it's really good with many players trying it out, because then you will make sure that you take away bugs and so forth. But then the legality, I think we need to go into that, forget about the technology a bit, and think that everything is possible with those platforms that are out there, but really going into how we work together, as usual, between the parties. So I'm looking forward to that.
And another big trend is really around open banking. You know, the Payment Services Directive 2 is coming into play in January. How will open banking really change SEB, but also its clients and the relationship?
Well, I think it will be a really good journey for clients. They will be able to use what is good about banking, and us as banks will have a tough time in delivering parts of that, because it will be more transparent. So if you don't have a straight-through process in the back, that will be totally visible. So customers can choose between banks in a different way. What I think is important for banks, though, is to cater for a full range of products, because customers, even though they could potentially buy every single service from different suppliers and themselves put the package together, I think that will be really cumbersome. So I think it's about delivering a full service and a full suite of products that customers can use in a good way. But of course, it will make our legacy systems that are old-fashioned, they are going to be visible. So we need to much more focus on the customer experience rather than on more products and more products. It's more simplicity when it comes to the product, but then a much bigger focus, I would say, to user experience and easiness of use.
Okay, great. Well, thank you so much for your insight, Paula. I hope you have a great conference.
Thank you. Likewise.